The Top 10. Virginia Woolf. An Introduction. Short stories have always been a sort of instant access into an author's brain, their soul and heart. A few pages can lift our lives into locations, people and experiences with a sweep of landscape, narration, feelings and emotions that are difficult to achieve elsewhere. In this series, we try to offer up tried and trusted top tens across many different themes and authors. But any anthology will immediately throw up the questions: why that story? Why that author? The theme itself will form the boundaries for our stories, which range from well-known classics, newly told, to stories that modern times have overlooked, but perfectly exemplify the theme. Throughout the volume, our authors, whether of instant recognition or new to you, are all leviathans of literature. Some you may disagree with, but they will get you thinking about our choices and about those you would have made. If this volume takes you on a path to discover more of these miniature masterpieces, then we will have all gained something. Stream of consciousness seems matter of fact nowadays, but Woolf catapulted it into a new modernist form. Characters now came with much individuality, flaws and form, that literature was forever changed. Despite her tragic suicide and the sure loss of what was to come, these stories still confirm her literary greatness.
Solid Objects by Virginia Woolf. The only thing that moved upon the vast semicircle of the beach was one small black spot. As it came nearer to the ribs and spine of the stranded pilchard boat, it became apparent from a certain tenuity in its blackness that this spot possessed 4 legs, and moment by moment it became more unmistakable that it was composed of the persons of 2 young men. Even thus, in outline against the sand, there was an unmistakable vitality in them, an indescribable vigour in the approach and withdrawal of the bodies, slight though it was, which proclaimed some violent argument issuing from the tiny mouths of the little round heads. This was corroborated on closer view by the repeated lunging of a walking-stick on the right-hand side. "You mean to tell me you actually believe—" Thus the walking-stick on the right-hand side next the waves seemed to be asserting as it cut long straight stripes upon the sand. "Politics be damned!" issued clearly from the body on the left-hand side, and as these words were uttered, the mouths, noses, chins, little moustaches, tweed caps, rough boots, shooting coats, and check stockings of the 2 speakers became clearer and clearer. The smoke of their pipes went up into the air. Nothing was so solid, so living, so hard, red, hirsute, and virile as these 2 bodies for miles and miles of sea and sandhill. They flung themselves down by the 6 ribs and spine of the black pilchard boat. You know how the body seems to shake itself free from an argument, and to apologize for a mood of exaltation, flinging itself down and expressing in the looseness of its attitude a readiness to take up with something new, whatever it may be, that comes next to hand. So Charles, whose stick had been slashing the beach for half a mile or so, began skimming flat pieces of slate over the water, and John, who had exclaimed, "Politics be damned," began burrowing his fingers down into the sand. As his hand went further and further beyond the wrist, so that he had to hitch his sleeve a little higher, his eyes lost their intensity, or rather the background of thought and experience which gives an inscrutable depth to the eyes of grown people disappeared, leaving only the clear, transparent surface, expressing nothing but wonder which the eyes of young children display. No doubt the act of burrowing in the sand had something to do with it. He remembered that after digging for a little, the water oozes round your fingertips. The hole then becomes a moat, a well, a spring, a secret channel to the sea.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?